Oh, dude! Oh, fire! Oh.
If you're watching this video, there's a high chance that you watched an annoying MIDI pack ad. So in this video, we're going to talk about this and why you see so many YouTubers and so many testimonials about these MIDI packs. In the meantime, I'm still building the new studio. There's a lot of work going on here, so we're gonna have to do this outside. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I don't tend to make controversial videos. I don't usually do negative reviews. I think it's a total waste of my time trying to do a negative review just to gain views. I know it's a very valid way of growing your channel, and I have zero problems with people that do that. What I like to do is give you guys value, give you guys information, show you guys things that I'm really honestly excited about. I've never done a video for a product that I wasn't really excited about. So I was trying to ignore the fact that all my videos were infested with MIDI pack ads. Many people have been complaining about this on my live streams, and I've been very vocal about this. Even when I want to watch my own videos, I have to go ahead and watch a MIDI pack ad. And not just MIDI pack ads, also some, I'm gonna talk about this later, some mastering guru ads that, again, are exactly the same thing. So I tried to ignore this for a while because I thought there's no reason for me to waste time and energy making a video talking about this. But there were two reasons why I decided to make this video today. Number one was a video that I released a couple of weeks ago about the 12 reasons why you need to learn music theory. And I saw the response on the comments and it was so overwhelmingly positive. I'm so proud of my viewers, I have to say that, their musicianship, and even my viewers that didn't know about music theory and music harmony commented down below and said, look, you inspired me, you've convinced me, I have to go and learn a little bit of music theory and music harmony. And for me, this made me so happy. Now, the second reason that was the cherry on top and really made me think, okay, I have to make a video about this, was that I was looking into my spam folder the other day and I found a couple of emails, actually 3 of them. There was one specific company that sells MIDI packs. I'm not gonna name the company, I think you know which one it is. They were really nice on the email. They said, hey, we really like your content. They clearly haven't watched my content. And they said, look, here's our product. They sent me a Dropbox link. We'd be really happy to collaborate with you. You just need to make a video saying that our MIDI pack is awesome. And in exchange, we're going to give you this amount of money. And we're talking about not like a small amount of money, not like $50, $100. That was several $100s that they were offering me to make a paid video for them. And that's where it dawned on me, how many ads have I seen about the MIDI pack? Clearly, these guys spend a lot of their budget on the ads because quite frankly, their product takes around 10-15 minutes to create. You can literally do this in the Cubase chord track in, I would say, 5 minutes if you're slow. And quite honestly, if you have the free Cubase LE, you don't need any MIDI packs. But that's a different story. And I was thinking, okay, this amount of money that they offer is quite substantial. This could be somebody's rent. Mind you, not if you're living in London, not if you're running a studio in London. So if you've watched all these YouTubers endorsing those MIDI packs, there are quite a few of them. There are so many of them. I've never seen a product being endorsed by so many YouTubers in one video ad. Everybody's like, the MIDI pack, the MIDI pack, the MIDI pack. Oh! Now the worst thing is, there's not just one MIDI company, there are several of them, and they all have the same marketing style, marketing strategy. They use the same mannerisms in all their ads. Some of them just do chords, some of them do melodies as well. Oh, you know, I have this melody for you. Like you're going to be able to use this melody ever. Everybody's going to have access to this melody. I decided not to respond to this email. I would be very upfront with them and I would be like, you haven't watched my content if you're asking me to make a video about a MIDI pack. This goes completely against my principles and what I actually believe, what I think people should do if they want to succeed in music. So instead, I decided to make a video and tell you what I actually believe about MIDI packs and why you shouldn't bother, quite frankly. What I want to say straight out of the bat is that all these ads feed on laziness, fear, and instant gratification, okay? Everybody wants to make music in 5 minutes. right? Everybody wants to have a hit record. And it's not just the MIDI packs, like I said, it's MIDI packs. It's also some mastering courses that claim that the only thing you're missing in your productions is the final mastering stage. Yes, that's what you're missing. It's a mastering. Like mastering is going to save a bad production, a bad mix, bad performances, bad musicianship. It's not gonna fix it. But that's what these guys are selling, right? And it's the same with the MIDI packs. You don't need to learn music theory. No. Scary, bad. Music theory, bad. What is everyone missing? Good chord progressions. Really? And look, I have zero problems with anyone selling a product. You have to survive. You have to make a living. And in the end, it's the people that decide either going to buy this product or not. But what really bothers me is what this marketing actually represents. Hey, sorry, Dom, hold on a second. What about these people that don't know anything about music theory and music harmony? Aren't those MIDI packs helpful to them? Well, skeptical Dom, how about you watch my video on the 12 reasons why you need to learn music theory and music harmony? Here's what I really hate. These ads give you the notion that music theory is useless. You don't need music theory. You just need to buy our MIDI pack. We have some wildlife here going on as well. So for me, this is the deal breaker. At the end of the day, everyone can decide for themselves if they're going to buy a MIDI pack or not. But if you're going to make an ad and blatantly say that if you have our MIDI pack, you don't need music theory or music harmony or any other kind of knowledge, then this is a total lie, and that makes me really upset. And I'll tell you exactly why it makes me upset. It makes me upset because all these people are going to think that this is the solution to their problems. Doesn't matter if they spend this money to get the X MIDI pack or the Y MIDI pack. What matters is they're going to be discouraged from learning music in the first place. They try to make people get the easy way out. They try to make people not try. They try to encourage people not to practice. Music is all about practicing. It's not about making a track in 5 minutes. Who cares if you made a track in 5 minutes? How many more tracks will you be able to make in 5 minutes? All these MIDI packs, what do they give you? Chord progressions, I get it. You might get some really cool chord progressions. No problem with that. Some MIDI packs just give you plain chords, like a C major. This is completely useless. Some other MIDI packs give you melodies. Oh, I've got a beautiful melody for you. How many other people have the same exact melody like you do? Are you going to make a hit record? What about the next hit record? What people don't realize is that it's not about making a hit record. Even if you do make a hit record and you're super lucky, then you're going to have to make another hit record. How many MIDI packs in the world will you need to sustain yourself in the music business? One of the hardest businesses in the world. It's so hard to get in. And if you do get in with a MIDI pack, you'd better have a plan in order to survive it, my friend. And this notion that formal music education is the devil, this really makes me cringe, because clearly that's what they're gonna tell you, right? They're not gonna tell you, hey, actually it pays off if you learn a little bit of music theory and music harmony. They're not gonna tell you that because they want to sell something that is worth nothing. And of course, this whole thing stems from a culture that promotes taking shortcuts on everything. You don't have to work for it. It's so easy. You can do it in 5 minutes, no effort. You don't have to sweat. You don't have to practice. Practice is boring. Who cares about practice? But of course, what they fail to tell you is that the vast majority of people that have made it and are at the top have worked really hard to get there. But of course, they're not going to tell you that, right? And I have to admit that YouTube has played a big part in this culture, right? Everyone has a great outlet to go and showcase what they can do. They can show off their music, and it's a great thing that we have these days. I'm so glad that we don't have to beg for record labels to get our music out. But because everyone that has access to this, many people mistakenly think that, oh, music is easy. I can do music. Everyone can do music. And there's a lot of money to be made by this notion that everyone can do music and you don't need to work hard for music. It's actually the opposite, but that's not what people want to hear. This is an unpopular opinion. And not only it's an unpopular opinion, but people that don't want to spend time on music, they're going to agree to that. And again, I'm not saying that you should never use MIDI packs. Actually, they can be a great source of inspiration, like a synth preset. Not everyone can create their own sound, so synth presets are an amazing way to get some inspiration. And you can absolutely get MIDI packs that have chord progressions if you're willing to go in and analyze them and learn something from them. But they shouldn't be the only way for you to make music, because then they become crutches, then they become something that you rely on, and without it you can't function as a musician. You have to be able to grow as a musician, and using just MIDI packs won't allow you to do this. And I've always been wondering, why is it that on all these videos, these ads, these YouTube endorsements about the MIDI packs, is it that every single time the DAWs that are being used are either FL Studio in its vast majority and Ableton Live? I think there is one or two Logic endorsements, but that's pretty much it. You don't see Cubase, you don't see Pro Tools, you don't see Studio One. There's a reason for that. That's maybe a topic for another video. I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but I have my own thoughts about that. And another thing that these MIDI pack ads do that really makes me cringe is they take a super generic MIDI file that you can create in like, I don't know, 20 seconds, tops. They drag it into a DAW, they run it through, I don't know, a library that costs $500. And they say, hey, this is how I made this track in 5 minutes. Yes, but you used a generic MIDI pack with a $500 library that's bound to sound good, even if you play a chord through it. And then you see all those YouTubers going,
Dope, dude. Oh, fire! Oh.
Get real, guys. Now, I want to make it clear, I don't judge any of these people that actually take these offers and promote these MIDI packs. Being on YouTube is not an easy job. It requires time, patience, resources. It's very, very hard. And many people that don't do YouTube, they don't really understand what it takes to be a YouTuber and create content. So I totally understand the need to be able to generate revenue out of YouTube. Some people try really hard to make viral videos. Some YouTubers rely 100% on sponsorships. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, far from it. My main source of income comes from composing, producing, mixing, mastering, sound design, and YouTube is something that I actually do in my spare time when the studio is available and I don't have other work to do. If I got this money and actually did this ad, this goes completely against my principles. It's completely opposite to the message I want to convey from this channel. So yeah, it would be easy money, but it wouldn't feel right. Actually, the same company got back to me after I didn't respond, and they offered me even more money. And they said, we're open to offers. You know, what do you want? How much do you want? But just like I don't want to make reviews for the sake of making a review if I'm actually not interested in a product or in a service or any of that, I'm certainly not going to promote a MIDI pack or be part of this carousel of YouTubers that actually tell you that you don't need to work on your craft, you don't need to practice, and you don't need to sweat to make music. So my dear MIDI pack companies, if you're watching this, the answer is no. I'm not interested. And I really hope you change your marketing, stop being misleading, and stop discouraging people, especially young producers and aspiring musicians, from learning. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so what should I say on this ad? Man, I created this track in 5 minutes. No, the MIDI pack. MIDI pack.